How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Wi-Fi battle. Today we're in a battle versus Gwen from the Discord server in the OU tier. Before the video begins, if you do enjoy the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe as well so you don't miss future videos. Looking at the team, Iron Juglius, which is really cool to see, Great Tusk, Salamence, Samurai Hisui, Espeon, and Moltres. So, I'm looking at this matchup, I'm thinking Trevenant's not doing too great here. I mean, sure, the Great Tusk we can probably KO with Horn Leech. Poltergeist is going to sting the Salamence and definitely the Espeon with a Suck Punch. That Moltres is a problem though. I mean, if we can catch on the switch with Poltergeist, they'll probably do well, but I don't think they're going to do that. I think they're going to lead off with Hisui and Samurott, so I'm going to go ahead and lead off with my Rotom to counteract that by going for a Volt Switch. And then we'll just go straight into a little Ninetales, get the Snow up, and then get the Aurora Veil up. And the battle begins, so Gwen's going to lead off with the Espeon, which is not what I thought they would lead off with, but it still works out just fine. Rotom's going to lead off for us. We are Choice Scarf. They probably aren't Choice Scarf Espeon, and even if they are, they can't KO Rotom, so I think I'm safe to go for a Volt Switch here. We go for the Volt Switch, they stay in, probably to set up a screen or something, I would guess. I don't really know what Espeon likes to do. So I think my best switch here is probably going to be either the Trevenant or the JIrachi. I think JIrachi's the best one. So we'll go JIrachi. There we go. JIrachi comes in. Now, obviously, we can't set up Stealth Rocks on this thing. There's no way whatsoever. They go for a Psychic. It's going to do minimal damage because we're specially defensive. We can definitely take any hit. They get a crit, which still does nothing, which is good. Leftovers is practically going to recover all of that health back, which is great. And now we just go for a U-turn because clearly they're an offensive set. They probably switch out here. Into the Moltres, if I had to guess, actually. So maybe I don't want to U-turn. I'm going to U-turn because I feel like they're staying in Shadow Ball. No, they don't. They withdraw the Espeon. Are they going to go into the Moltres? Samurott comes in. Interesting to take a potential Steel-type move, I would guess. So we go for a U-turn on that, which gives us a bit of momentum, which means now this Samurott is no longer much of a threat with broke potential Focus Sash for a start. So now we can just go into Trevenant, or we can go into our little Ninetales. I think our little Ninetales is the best answer, so we'll go into Cushell, get that nice and powerful Ice-type defense boost from the Snow, and then we'll get an Aurora Veil up as well to add insult to injury. So let's go for the Aurora Veil real quick, see what they're going to do. They might stay in and go for a Ceaseless Edge just to get the spikes up, to be fair. They withdraw the Samurott, which is fine, and they're going to go into what? Moltres. Moltres makes sense. It's a fire type, it deals with us really well. We're going to get our Aurora Veil up, though, which is going to definitely help. And our best Pokemon to take out this thing is going to be the Rotom. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go straight into Rotom. They might go for a U-turn, which is a fair play if they do that. Going to withdraw our Ninetales. And we're going to go into the Rotom because we know we can take any hit this Moltres wants to throw at us. So let's go into Bosch. They do go for a Hurricane, which does nothing. Surprised they even hit it, to be fair. There we go, nothing, see? Nothing at all. So now, we know they're going to switch out. They're definitely not going to stay in, but I'm looking at their team and I'm thinking, what's taking this Hydro Pump? Other than Salamence. Salamence could take it. They could get a free switch in with Salamence. I think we go for a Volt Switch here just to get chip damaged, because they definitely switch out, which they have done. They wouldn't go Great Tusk, surely, because we could Waterfall. Yeah, they go into Samurott, which is great. So Samurott coming in is fine and dandy. We go for a Volt Switch. That's going to easily take out the Samurott, which is great. Down goes the Samurott. One less Pokemon to worry about. And Rotom's looking pretty good right now. Rotom-Wash in UU is pretty wild to me. But I'm enjoying it. Rotom does really well. It doesn't feel broken. It just feels good. It feels really good, you know? So anyway, what do we do here? Do we go Moltres ourselves? I think we do. I think we go Moltres ourselves. We are Terra Ground with Teraplast. That's mainly to catch Heatran off guard. And it works out really well. Because Heatran's pretty common in UU right now. Espeon comes in. Let's see what Espeon's going to do. Probably go for a Psychic or something. I'm going to go straight for a U-turn just to get on out of there. They go for a Trick. So what? Are they Choice Specs? So we now have a Choice Specs Moltres. Yeah, Choice Specs. There we go. Pretty awesome. They get the Heavy Duty Boots, which is fine. We go for a U-turn, get some nice and powerful damage off on the Espeon, which is great. And then we switch on back out to whoever we want to go into, really. I'm leaning towards Trevenant to get a Poltergeist off, because it just does a lot of damage to everything except from the Iron Juglius. Iron Juglius is a perfect counter to this, by the way. So we could actually make let's go for the Rotom. We go for the Rotom because then we can just go for a Volt Switch and get the KO. They definitely don't switch in the Great Tusk here. If anything, they go Salamence. They can't switch the Moltres in because both our stabs batter it. Great Tusk is Hydro Pumped. I think they let the Espeon go down here. So I'm going to go for a Volt Switch. Yeah, they let the Espeon go down, which makes sense. They get a bit of momentum because they get to bring in whatever they want on them, whoever we switch into right now. But I think it's worth it to get rid of the Espeon. Espeon and Samurai are both down. So we're on the right track to get, getting rid of this team. So if I go Alola Ninetales, they bring Moltres in. 100%. If I go Moltres, what do they bring in? Not a lot. So let's go into our newly choice specs Moltres. There we go. Let's see what they do here. So they might go into their own Moltres. See if we can have a bit of a Hurricane off. That could be pretty cool. They might go into Salamence. Iron Juggless comes in. Fair enough. He's nice and shiny. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. So they're going to get a booster energy, which is going to boost their Quark Drive, boosting their speed stats. So that is pretty cool. We just go for a Fire Blast here. I haven't got Hurricane anyway. I don't know why I was worried about that with the Moltres. We go for a Fire Blast here because they're probably going to go for a Dark Pulse or a Hurricane of their own. Charge Beam. They have an Electric type move. That's interesting. So that's probably going to give, it gives them a special attack boost. Let's see if we can hit this Fire Blast. We can. It's Choice Specs boosted now. Down goes the Iron Juggless. So I would have just gone for the Dark Pulse or the Hurricane right there. Getting the damage off. Iron Juggless is a bit underwhelming though. I've always found it's a bit underwhelming. But it is what it is. So in comes the Salamence. This is where things get terrifying. So the Salamence comes in. It's nice and shiny. Gets the Intimidate off. Could be special. Could be Dragon Dance. I think either way we go into Ninetales here. We always go into Ninetales here because even though they could Terra Steel, go for an Iron Head, I don't think they would ever do that against the Moltres. So we go into Ninetales, get the Snow up, which is going to boost our physical defense for a start. They go for a Dragon Dance. This is where things get scary. This is where things get scary, ladies and gentlemen. So, we got a couple of options here. They either Terra Steel, Dragon Dance again. Terra Steel, Aurora... Terra Steel... We Terra Steel. I think we do, don't we? We definitely do. We lose our defense boost if we Terra Steel, but I think I go for a Terra Steel Encore. I think that's the best thing to do here. Or we go into Moltres again. We've got defensive Great Tusk, so we know we can take a hit. We can go for a knockoff. This is a tough choice. A very tough choice. I think we Terra Steel, go for an Encore. I don't think I need Terra for anything else. So I'm going to Terra Steel, go for an Encore. That way, if they go for an Iron Head, we can lock them into Iron Head and switch into Moltres and deal with it from there. We can just go for a normal Teraplast, which is Choice Specs boosted. So let's see how this plays out for us. So, Terra Steel is here. They go for the Iron Head, which does nothing now. We Encore them into the Iron Head. And now this means we can go for whatever move we want to go for. We can go for an Aurora Veil. Team Aurora Veil just wore off, so that's perfect timing. Let's go for another Aurora Veil. They haven't got Defog. They are going to withdraw the Salamence because they don't want to get freeze-dried. Or Blizzard. They go into the Great Tusk. The Great Tusk is a switch in. We go for the Aurora Veil. Alola Ninetales is looking like he's going to pack a punch right now. He's going to pack a real punch. Let's go for that Moonblast. Are they going to Terra here? They are. They're going to Terra the Great Tusk. What type are they going to Terra the Great Tusk, though? Let's see if it resists Fairy. Or if it's neutral. Ice. So it would definitely resist the Ice type move. Which is one of the two moves we could go for. They might be expecting Blizzard in the snow. We go for a Moonblast, though. That's going to do some nice damage. Really? Oh, wow! The Brick Break Great Tusk tech with the Aurora Veil shattering into a million pieces. Down goes the Ninetales. Not what I expected to happen out of this matchup. At all. I did not expect that. So we've got a couple of options. Looking at the damage that Moonblast did, that's got to have some special defensive investment. Is it Assault Vest? Could be. So what do? We could go JIrachi, go for that Meteor Mash, get some damage off. If we think they're specially defensive, they've got to be HP invested and not speed invested. And if they're Brick Break, they're probably a more utility set. So I think JIrachi outspeeds. And we go for a Meteor Mash. Plus, they're going to be scared out anyway. They don't know what set we are, so they might be scared out anyway. So what I could do is Stealth Rock. That would hurt the Salamence and the Moltres. But that risks us getting put down to an Earthquake. I think I go straight for a Meteor Mash here. So they do withdraw the Great Tusk. Are they going to go Moltres? Moltres would make sense. Yeah, Moltres comes in. So Moltres comes in. Let's hope we don't get burned. So we go for a Meteor Mash. Bit of chip damage. No burn, which is nice. The snow does stop. But the Aurora Veil... Oh no, the Aurora Veil got broken by the Brick Break. We were literally just hyping that up. How did I forget? Anyway. Anyway, now that the Great Tusk is an Ice type, Stealth Rocks might actually not be a bad idea. Don't need Jirachi for much else, because it's specially defensive, and that Salamence probably has Earthquake. The Great Tusk definitely has Earthquake. And this thing's a Firebird. But this thing's specially offensive, so we might be able to live a Fire Blast. So I'm going to go for a Stealth Rocks. We outspeed, which is great. No speed investment, but we outspeed it regardless, which is great, which tells me they're a bulky Moltres. As they go for a Flamethrower, which is going to do not even half. That's what we like to see. Jirachi coming through. The Stealth Rocks, the everything. Everything. So if we know they're going to go for a Flamethrower again, we just go straight back out into Rotom. 100% back into Rotom. There we go. We're going to withdraw our Jirachi. We're going to go into Rotom, and I'm going to Trick. And the reason I want to Trick is because I want to be able to go for a Hydro Pump, and if they switch into Salamence, go for a Volt Switch, change up my moves. That's the kind of thing I'm going for here. So they do get the burn with a Flamethrower, which is unfortunate. It's a bit of chip damage every turn, but it is what it is at the end of the day. We can deal with that. We can deal with that no problem. As now, we can just go for a Trick. I think Trick's the right play. Yeah, I think Trick's the right play. So we go for a Trick. They do stay in. So let's see what they do here. I really thought the Salamence would come in at least. But we get Heavy Duty Boots. They get Choice Scarfed. They go for a Hurricane as their strongest stab move, which does a lot of damage. And the burn means Rotom is going to go down. Maybe I should have Hydro Pumped. Whatever, I'm going to get Hydro Pump now. They go for a Hurricane again. It still hits. 2 Hurricanes in a row. Takes out Rotom. It's fine though. They're locked into that, which means we can now play with that. And we have Flying Resist in Jirachi. And we also have the Moltres of our own, which can Teraplast with Choice Specs. Gonna go into Forks, my Moltres. The Great Moltres Showdown. That's what this is. The Great Moltres Showdown. So let's go for a Teraplast. Obviously, it's just a normal type move, but it's still better than, you know, this. So the Hurricane does a lot of damage. They get the Confusion, which is really unfortunate. Really unfortunate, because if we don't break through, I'm gonna be mad. We don't break through, unfortunately, and we go down to the hurt. Well, we don't go down, but we get hurt by Confusion, so that's unfortunate. Let's go for a Teraplast again. Hopefully they miss the Hurricane. You know, 4th time's a charm. They go for another Hurricane. They miss, which is great for us, as it means we get to fire off for Teraplast if we can break through Confusion. I'm hoping we can. Fingers crossed. We do. We break through Confusion, go for a Teraplast, and that does nothing, but it's damage at the end of the day. It's damage at the end of the day. They could miss another Hurricane. They don't miss another Hurricane. Down goes the Moltres. So, what do we do here? What do we do here? That's the real question. So, we've got a couple of options. That thing's Choice Scarf locked into... oh, dear. We haven't got a lot of options, really. I say we go Jirachi. That's my personal opinion. I say we go Jirachi, as my personal opinion. And then we just go for a Meteor Mash just to get some damage off. And we have to let Trevenant do the finishing blow with Sucker Punch. And if it burns us, so be it. We can deal with that. If it doesn't burn us, even better. So they go for a Hurricane. It's not going to do any damage because Choice Scarf for a start. Might confuse us. Doesn't confuse us. We go for a Meteor Mash. No burn. Attack boost, but no burn. That's great. That's off to a good start. Jirachi's off to a good start. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go for the Wish. I'm going to get my health back up because I think Jirachi can 1v1 their team. They missed the next Hurricane, which is great for us. We go for a Wish. There we go. We have to 1v1 this Moltres with a Jirachi, which is not what I thought we would be doing this game. I thought Rotom would be clearing with this thing. I should not have tricked with Rotom. I know someone's going to point out in the comment section, but please just acknowledge the fact that I have acknowledged the fact that I should have done that. So they go for another Hurricane. They miss once again, which is great for us. No more damage. We go for Meteor Mash. Nearly take out the Moltres. Don't get a burn once again, which is great. Which means Jirachi's going to be at full HP when we take out this Moltres. Pretty much full HP. So they go for another Hurricane. They do connect. That's going to do no damage. No confusion. We hit the Meteor Mash again and take out the Moltres. No burn? No burn! No flame body burn. 3 physical contact moves in a row and no burn. That is clutch. JIrachi's coming in clutch this game. Big time. Big time clutch. Salamence comes in. Now, I know we can take a Fire Blast system from this thing, but we've seen its Dragon Dance. I know we can take an Earthquake from this thing. It's going to lower our attack, which is unfortunate. What is our current boosting the stats? None. So we're at neutral attack right now because we got the boost in attack by Meteor Mash earlier. Let's go for a Meteor Mash once again. They go for the Dragon Dance. They're setting up. Let's see how much damage we can do. Let's see if we can get an attack boost. That'd be nice. But I'm confident Trevenant can finish this with the Salamence anyway. So as long as we get sufficient damage off, which we did there, that was good damage. That was really good damage. I'm still confident that JIrachi can live an Earthquake here. Let's go for the Meteor Mash once again. They go for the EQ. I'm confident we can live. Come on, JIrachi. Do it for me. No, we can't. Never mind. Never mind. Wishmaker goes down. Wishmaker goes down. It's not a big deal. JIrachi goes down. It's whatever. So we still have the Great Tusk, which is great. Obviously. We still have the Trevenant. So I'm going to go Trevenant. We know they have Dragon Stab. They've got to have Dragon Stab, Earthquake, and Iron Head. So I'm confident that we can live any hit this thing wants to throw at us. Now, they have Terrid already, so that's something to, point out. I say we go for a Sucker Punch and just take them out. Choice Banded Sucker Punch from Trevenant. There we go. Down goes the Salamence. Down goes the Salamence, which is great. So now we just have the Ice-type Great Tusk to deal with. So in comes the Great Tusk. Now, this thing is a problem. We know it has Brick Break. They probably go for a knockoff here. I say we go into our own Great Tusk. I think they go for a knockoff or an Ice Spinner. And probably Ice Spinner if the Terra Ice. So I'm going to go into Great Tusk. There we go. They do go for the Ice Spinner, which is going to do a lot of damage. Definitely going to do a lot of damage, but I believe Great Tusk can handle this. Nearly half. There we go. That's good damage. Rocky Helmet's going to come through clutch. And in the battle of Great Tusks versus Great Tusks, I think our Great Tusk wins as we do outspeed, go for an Earthquake, take them right down. They go for another Ice Spinner, and that's going to be the game because they're going to go down to the Rocky Helmet chip. The Rocky Helmet chip takes them down, which is great. And that is going to be the game. So GG Gwen, that was a pretty fun one. It came pretty close. JIrachi came in clutch, taking out that Moltres. But let's not, the whole team did well. Both sides did really well. That was a fun game. I really like that one. But anyway, here's the team. If you want to try it out, use the code at the top right corner of the screen. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you did enjoy, of course, leave a like, subscribe, all that wonderful stuff. And with that being said, I'll see you all in a bit.